And welcome to a live at 6:39. Thanks for joining me. I'm Troy Atchison in beautiful Aspen, Colorado. I'm hanging out with my girl Penny here. She's down at the water. She's down at the water, and we're having a beautiful Monday. We're just walking around on the Hunter Creek, and we got some things to talk about. Sorry, I'm just getting over that. See that? I was like, I better pay attention to this one. So, that's where we're at. We're paying attention. We went camping last night in the woods, and it was all we needed. You know, it really was. We went to one of my favorite spots, a spot that my dad took me to, and man, I really started thinking about my dad, you know, and how grateful I am to have a father. You know what I mean? Even though he's not here now. He's still here. He's just not here. You know what I mean? So it was good just to kind of, you know, get some things out and get some peaceful time. Man, I slept like a baby. Seriously, I didn't wake up once. I thought like I'd wake up in the middle of the night to, like, you know, get out of the tent and go to the bathroom, but whoo, right through the night, nothing, you know. So I'm feeling grateful, and so yeah. So this week coming up, don't miss it. I'm gonna be doing live rides all week long. So anytime I'm going somewhere, I got the dash cam on my face, and we're doing live rides through town. And because town is getting busy, like there could be some interesting footage. So don't miss it. I'll be doing live rides mostly around 8, around 12:30, around like lunchtime, around 1, again to go back into town, and then again around 5. So like if you are hanging out during one of those times and you want to see some live footage of downtown Aspen, me skateboarding around or something like that, being careful not to hit a car, then yeah, tune in for the live ride series all week long. So we're doing live rides, you know, just to, you know, because it'll be fun. All right. Also, here, I'm gonna switch over glasses just so like we can get a little bit more of view, you know. No? Oh, there we go. All right. So, also on my list here, live workouts. So, this week I'm going to be starting live workouts, and I'm not really sure on where it's going to be. Is it going to be, you know, in my apartment, or is it going to be in the park? And I think it might be down in the park, like a live workout in the park, because it's beautiful, because it's summertime, and you know, and I like working out in the park, you know. So 6:39 workouts. If you're up at 6:39 and you wanna feel motivated, then please join me for the 6:39 live workouts. I don't know. I'm not, so I'll definitely announce the day when I'm doing that. I think it's probably not going to be tomorrow, but I'm thinking probably Thursday, maybe Thursday. So maybe on Thursday we'll start the live workouts in the park at 6:39, and I kind of like this because that way I can take Penny for a walk and I can get my workout in before I have to rush off to work, you know. So so I'm psyched for that, and look at it, man! What a beautiful day! What a beautiful, beautiful Monday. All right, so well, man, what else? So, man, I just had such an amazing time camping last night, and I really got a lot of stuff off my mind, you know, and it made me kind of realize that, I need to get a little more professional. So, and I'm not really sure what that looks like, but uh but I guess I'll figure it out. Like it's definitely something that's on my mind, and like maybe that time in the woods is just all that I needed, just to like kind of like give me some clarity. You know what I mean? So like I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for it. Also, so here, let me just switch over for this one. So, as I've been talking previously on several of my last live streams, I'm really excited. I started working with an orphanage in Africa, in Uganda, and I talked to the man, I'm really bad at figuring out roles, but I talked to the director. I talked to the director of the organization, and he was a really cool guy. And he was really nice. He seemed smart. He seemed motivated to want to help the kids, And I'm motivated to want to help them too, I really am. So, and so I approached him with this idea. I was like, man, I would really love to take some of these kids on a live stream tour in beautiful Aspen, Colorado. We can make it educational, and we can make it fun for them. You know what I mean? And my friend that I was talking to, the director over there in Uganda, he was very honest with me, and he said, hey, I would love for that, I would love to take them on that adventure too, but we don't have a screen, they don't have a screen for them to watch, me on like doing some kind of live stream adventure. So we've already hit a speed bump there, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, it's just me being, an American, just like I didn't even think that they didn't have a screen, but of course they don't, you know what I mean? So I'm going to take it upon myself to make sure, so I'm going to take, I'm going to get them a screen, all right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get them a screen, and I'm going to also get them some other stuff, like I want to start helping them out, and I know that, there's a lot of organizations in the world, but I want to start here. I want to start helping my friends out in Uganda here, this orphanage, these kids. They need, they want to learn stuff. They need food. They need school supplies. That was big. I talked to the director, and he, he's all about education and broadening the horizons of these children, But at the same time, like he needs stuff for schooling and stuff like that, and like, and if they can't take it, if they can't take a test after the live stream's done to like kind of see what they learned, or they need things too. So I think my main goal is to kind of like help them where I can, like help them get these kind of basic things, first, and then we can do the live stream stuff. We can do the like the live stream education stuff. I'm really psyched on that. I'm gonna talk to some people in town that I know will be more than willing to help out, and they may have a little bit more experience with children, and taking kids on tours and stuff like that. Like I'm not even good at taking myself on tours, let alone a bunch of kids. So like I'm definitely gonna need some practice on that. But the orphanage, if you want to check it out, it's called, if you want to check out the website, it is kgsorphanage.org. That's kgsorphanage.org. And go check it out. Like, let me know what you think, and let me and help out if you want, like, please, like, the more the merrier. So I know they need a photocopy machine, and they're really trying to fix their roof to their schoolhouse right now. And they need some other, like, some basic stuff, but like at the same time they're very self-sufficient, and you gotta love that. Seriously, you really do. I mean, we have so much here, and I can't go to my garden and get vegetables. Like, I have to go to the store. I have to, you know what I mean? Because I don't have a garden, but like they do. Like they have really, they have a lot of, they do have a lot of, stuff there, but they still could use some other stuff. So I'm gonna help them get them. I'm gonna help them get that stuff so that they can further advance in this orphanage. I finally feel like I'm like getting a little purpose. You know what I mean? And I finally just feel like I'm getting a little purpose. And I'm psyched. I'm psyched that my ex-girlfriend just called me in the middle of this live stream. Hopefully that didn't mess up. Hopefully nothing messed up on that. But other than that, I'm feeling grateful. And let's see, what else? Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got really. We're just hanging out on a Friday night. Oh wait, on a Monday night. Sorry, on a Monday night. Just walking around. So right. All right. So yeah. So yeah, I'm really grateful that I'm finding purpose in my life a little bit. This is a big step for me. And this is kind of something that I want to talk about, is that when I was in high school here, I kind of had a crush on this girl. And all right, not kind of, I did. I had a crush on her. All right? And she came from like a really wealthy family. And I don't know why, but I always assumed that like she was going to be the type of girl that like took her like family's money and like went and saved the rainforest and like went and like helped out. Penny, hey Penny, just let him be. So I always like imagined her that she was gonna go, help the Penny, come, seriously. She was gonna go, help other communities around the world, and so, but you know what? She never did. She never like kind of got into that, and she kind of got into like real estate. But to each his own. But I was always so bummed, I was always so bummed. I always thought that she was going to go, like, save the rainforest and help out, like, communities worldwide. And I always thought, like, that, like, I always thought that, like, it was out of my grasp to go help, you know, other people in the world, because like I just didn't have the financial backing to do so. You know what I mean? But now it seems like I'm doing it. I'm doing it without the financial backing, and like that right there, I'm feeling really good, really good. You know what I mean? Really grateful, and I feel like almost like, you know, maybe me thinking about, you know, her going to like live this life was maybe just like what I wanted to do to begin with, but I just didn't, you know, I didn't know how to go about it, because I thought that if I didn't have a financial backing, like I would never be able to help out anywhere. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I guess the thing that I realized is like, you know, I do have financial backing, you know, I may work, you know, a pretty regular standard job, you know, while I'm trying to get this business rolling, but at the same time, I'm doing way better than a lot of people in the world financially. So even though it is a struggle sometimes for me, I really gotta, like, you know, be grateful for all that I do have, you know, because some people it's a struggle just to get a meal. You know what I mean? So I am very grateful, and I'm just extremely happy that my life is kind of going in this direction. I feel like if I can work with this one orphanage in Africa, if I can get the ball rolling, if I can get them some help, and I can interact with the kids through a live stream, and we can have some fun and like get them, like, you know, get them excited about life, then I feel like I can do it again with another orphanage, you know? And I can do it again with another orphanage. And before you know it, I'm going to have orphanages all over the world, you know, like wanting to, like, you know, tune in, and like I can really help people. I can really make a difference in, like, and like, but I'm going to start here. I'm going to start with my friends in Uganda. I'm really psyched that we're working together, we're reaching out. I'm gonna like talk to some other people around Colorado. They manufacture baskets there at kind of as like a little side job in their community. So I'm going to reach out in the community to some people who I may think want to go, you know, who may want to sell some baskets for a good cause. You know, I know that 100% of the donations go to feeding the kids. So, I mean, that's a good cause, right? And so if you are interested in that at all, if you are interested in selling some baskets, if you have a shop around here, or, you know, or you just, you know, if you want to help, just let me know, and we'll make it happen. We'll get you some baskets, and they're really beautiful. They really are. I'm gonna definitely throw some pictures out in my stories and stuff like that. But I'm just really psyched that I get to work with this orphanage to like get the ball rolling, and things are just coming together. They really are, and I'm really enjoying the summer so far. It's definitely, you know, winter used to be my favorite season because I was a big skier, but summer, this is where it's at. I love the summertime, especially in Aspen. It's like the perfect temperature, and it's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. So, sorry for all the ums. That's all I got for tonight on this beautiful 6:39 live on 6/9/2025 in beautiful Aspen, Colorado. Thanks for joining me. Definitely want to make it a little more eventful throughout the summertime. I'm definitely going to be doing interviews in town. I'm just kind of like waiting for a little bit more of the tourist crowd to show up. So join me on that. And join me again. I'm going to do another 6:39 live. What's today, Monday? All right. I'm going to do another 6:39 live on Wednesday. So join me on Wednesday at 6:39. And we're going to talk about some more stuff and see how the week has been going. And I'm going to reveal some other amazing stuff that I haven't come up with yet. But I will. I'll come up with it. I promise. All right. Sign off, y'all. From beautiful Aspen, Colorado. I'll see you on my live ride tomorrow morning. And we'll see you on Wednesday, 6:39 live. Thanks for joining me and Penny. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Sign off, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Oh, sorry, it's slow connection again. It does that every time I want to sign off. Oh, there we go. Have a good night, y'all.